This is the Clarence-Rockland Guide. I'm Derrick Scott. We're showcasing people that give back to the community and people that are very passionate about causes and their community, including our next guest, Krysta Simard. Welcome to the Clarence-Rockland Guide.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we know you as a former counselor.
Yeah.
But you're more than just that. You're heavily involved in the community, and is it fair enough to say that you've got the ultimate passion when it comes to community?
I think so. I think so because I started when my kids were young, and I've been, especially in my community in Saint Pascal, and then it's grown from there, and we've done volunteer work outside of Saint Pascal as well. But yeah, no, I'm very passionate about it, and especially when it involves kids, I connect with them. There's something there that makes me want to go beyond.
Were your parents very community minded? Did you get that from mom and dad?
I don't know where I got that. You know, they always believed in community, but they weren't ones to go out and volunteer the way I do. We were five. I grew up with two brothers, two sisters, so they were busy just with that. And hockey, as you know, hockey takes up a lot of time. So they didn't do as much of that. I guess, it was when I started dating my husband, we always said that one of us would stay home with the kids, one of us would go to work. And from there, his mom always volunteered. And I think I saw that at an early age because I started dating him at 16. So for me to see her doing all the volunteer work, and she was a stay-at-home mom, I think, that was a good influence for me. But yeah, it's not the reason I decided to do it. It just, I thought, that's a nice outlet for feeling fulfilled. When you're a stay-at-home mom, it's always the daily routine that you do, and this way when you go out and give back, you feel good. You feel like you have a sense of purpose, you're giving back to the community, you're giving back to yourself at the same time. Giving is so much better than receiving, in my opinion, but hey.
And as I've spoken to a number of volunteers, there's also the socializing aspect as well.
Definitely, and when you're a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids, that socialize, and I'm a social person to begin with, but yes, when I was kind of cooped up at home, I needed that aspect, and I haven't given that up. We get, just going to do groceries, I get stopped, and I like to chit-chat, and my kids are like, oh, Mom, come on. But for me, I love it. I love talking to people, and I like being out there and getting to know their stories, so.
Where are you volunteering now, Krysta?
Right now I still have a kids choir. I had about 30 kids at the start of the year, and that's kind of dwindled a little bit, but my next goal is to get that back up there. So I still do that. I have Club Jouet, which is, it's a Optimist club is for the adults, and then there's one for teens, and that's the one I supervise at the moment. So we just went to Calypso on the weekend with about 75 kids. That's a nice area there too, because you get the teenager aspect of it. My daughter is what's called Gouverneur Jeunesse. So she's the representative for District Ontario for I guess the teens, the Club Jouet and all that. So I follow her a lot and and organized events with that. What else am I doing? I had been doing the baptism preparations, but I kind of let that go. I needed to gain some time for me because you get so all involved in community work, in your family, that I tended to lose sight of just staying calm and not doing anything. So I've let some things go. But right now I do still have the choir and the Club Jouet that I'm doing actively.
Obviously, if you have time for you can recharge and then be a better volunteer.
Definitely, definitely. And like I said, I'm still with the Optimist Club, so when they need me, I'll go and help them. I'm just not actively organizing events at the moment. So I'm there as a helper. Wherever they need me, I'll go. But to organize an event because you've got the 2 branches, right? I'm heavily involved right now with the teens, so with the adults, I'm there to help, but I don't organize anything at the moment. But yes, you're right. You do need to recharge and fuel yourself before you can help others and be there for others too. So right now, that's where I'm kind of at, is that refueling stage.
What does volunteering mean to you? If you could come up with your own definition Forget about the Oxford Dictionary. Krysta's version of volunteering.
It's helping others, giving back. I love to say, yes, I'll help you. If you need this, I'm going to go there and do that for you. In my opinion, that's the best that we can give, is ourselves. We're on this earth to serve others, so to me, volunteering is help serve others. Be there, be present. Yeah. I don't know if I can go further with that, but.
No, I think that's a great definition. Now, you had mentioned that you're slowing down a little bit to recharge.
Yeah.
Let's say that we could clone you.
Oh.
Let's say that there would be two of you, either you or your clone. Where would you love to volunteer the most if you had time?
CHEO. I always wanted to be, and I'm a very sensitive person, so I don't know if it would work out well, but babies. I'd love to be a CHEO with babies or with kids, just being there and helping in whatever capacity I can. But like I said, I am an overly sensitive person, so I don't know if that's realistic, but that would be, I'd love that. And anything to do with music, I love, love, love music. So, you know, those would be the two things. I don't know where I would go in music, but again, if there was anything that I could do that had anything to do with music or kids in general. But CHEO, I always thought, you know, what an amazing place to be, because when you go there, obviously you're not feeling well, you're hurt, you're this, you're that. So if you can help in any capacity.
You know, I've got a great idea for you, and I mean this sincerely.
Yeah.
You had talked about your passion for music, giving back, CHEO, children. You know, they do say that music is therapeutic.
It is, it is. It's helped me get through a bunch of stuff. I had started to learn to play guitar, and I kind of took a back seat, and now I haven't touched the guitar in ages, and I sing. And singing is what's always helped me get through whatever is going on in my life. And music, my 3 daughters play violin, my son plays drums. We're very musical. It just, music helps everything, it heals, so.
You've talked about your kids a few times.
Passionate about my kids. I love them. I'd do anything for them, as most parents would.
What's it like being a mom? It's
busy. It's busy. I have 4 teenagers now, so I'm now the taxi more than anything else. I don't even know if I can explain how much joy they bring me. Seeing them accomplish and going beyond what they think they're capable of is amazing as well.
Giving back to the community, volunteering.
And they do so as well, the 4 of them. So you hope to lead by example, and I'm seeing it in my kids. And sorry, I had to cut in there. I love seeing that they, not that I'm a, what do you call that? You know, you lead by example, and I see them now looking at my example and volunteering and leading as well. So,
and hopefully when they have children,
they'll continue on and do the same thing.
So the path to volunteering, being community minded, is going straight, and then all of a sudden takes a bit of a curve, and you get involved in politics?
And I would never have seen myself go there. It was not on my radar. It's not something I'm super passionate about. I was approached and by a couple of people, and they said, you know, you should. You're already giving your time. You're already doing all this volunteer work. You should get more involved. You know, you'd make a good counselor. And I'm like, no, right off the bat, no thanks. Like, no. But because of my faith, and I attend retreats. On this one particular retreat, I prayed all weekend and asked for signs, because this is not something I want to do. You know, I'm happy where I was, but I also believe in you have to get out of your comfort zone if you want to grow. So anyways, when I got back home from this retreat, I had several signs, and I was saying that, yes, you should. So then I was like, crap, now I really do have to go on and do this. And I learned so much in the 4 years that I was there. So much. It's like a university, really, the first 4 years. I'm sure if I had continued, it would have maybe become easier. But I decided that I needed to just take a step back, recharge myself. And again, you never know what God God's got in plan for you. I had followed that path, and it opened up so much for me, and I met so many different people that I never would have met otherwise. So yeah, anyways, for now, I've taken a step back.
But you can live vicariously through your
my
husband, right?
Exactly. And you know what? A lot of that is fun because I still get to know what's going on, and he talks to me and asks my opinion on certain things. But it's great not having to read all the preparation work and not assist the meeting. So I've kind of got the both of best worlds right now, being still involved and knowing what's going on, yet not having to be present at the meetings and stuff. So no, and I think I would have missed it had I have just had nothing. If it had been cut from like me stopping and then that was it, I would have missed a lot of it. So this way, and the counselors that he works with most of them were there when I was there, and it's again great seeing the way he interacts with them, because he heard stories when I was there and now I get his stories. So it's fun. It's a good gang.
You come across to me as someone who's goal-oriented.
Yeah.
Are you?
I am. We always have to have goals. Again, if you want to grow, in order to grow, you have to continue to broaden your horizon. And normally, I set goals, and that's what I kind of achieved those goals that I had set for myself. The 5-year goals, the 10-year goals, and I was telling my husband this not long ago. Like, wow, we've a lot of my dreams, not just goals, they were dreams as well. We've achieved them. So now I've got to set new goals and new dreams and continue to grow and be better yourself. Always better yourself.
Can you share what some of those goals and dreams would be?
Sure. We had an old house. We were living in, this is just a simple one, but we had an old house that we lived in. And we were there for 15, 16 years, and one of our dreams was to build again. We had previously built and sold that house and lived in this older, century house. And this year we got to build. So now I've got my dream house that we got to design, and yeah, now we're living that dream. I always wanted to bring my kids to Disney, and that was more my dream than his. And we got to bring them 2 years ago. So as you know, like, you have 4 kids, Disney's not cheap when you have 4 kids. So that was another one of my dreams. And again, that was a dream for me to see my kids enjoy, but it was still one of my dreams to see that. So those are our 2 dreams that we had or I had wanted, and my husband had created an image board so that when you see it, it's a reminder of you want to work towards that goal, and some anyways, that was some of them that so far I've achieved. Now I have to set new ones and I'm not quite there yet. Where I'm going forward. Right now I'm kind of in a status quo, recoup kind of stage, but anyways, it'll come.
How do you achieve these goals? Is there something in you? Is it being positive?
You know what? A lot of it is being positive and working towards those goals. And what do I need to do to get what I want? Positivity is a huge thing. I wake up personally and I find 3 things I'm grateful for that day, or what had happened the day before. Thank you for this, 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 and I think that helps me, in my person, achieve certain things. Because if you always have gratitude, can you say gratitude? It helps you go further. It helps you be more positive, and you see what goes around you. There's things we take for granted all the time, but it's a reminder not to take it for granted. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for my, my job. It's simple things, but you lose your health, well, you've lost a lot right there. If you're not feeling well, it's hard to move on. It's hard to keep going. So I find that helps. And having that board, like I said, also helped us achieve certain goals, and it could be as simple as I want a new car. Well, now I've got to save this much amount, and you see that car, so it reminds you, okay, I need to work towards getting that car, for example.
A great reminder as well to be thankful
Definitely.
For family, community,
Yep.
and thank you for being on the Clarence-Rockland
Thank
Guide.
you.
It was a real pleasure.
Thank you for having me.